Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to install a skid plate on the CRF250L. This one here is from Moose Racing. It is made out of plastic. It is pretty stiff plastic. I would compare it to the plastic of if you do some kayaking, it's that type of plastic. It's hard, it's rigid. There is a little bit of play, as you can see. This side is, because it's shorter, it doesn't have as much play. This one does have a little bit more play. It's all one piece. It comes with hardware to install it. 2 screws and 2 collar washers and some instructions. We will have to remove the factory one in order to install this one. Now, before I do that, I would just like to kind of cover the skid plates themselves a little bit. There are 2 main types of skid plates for the CRF. One is aluminum and the others are plastic. There are many manufacturers that make the aluminum ones, and there are a few, I think I found 3, that do make plastic ones. There are pros and cons to each that I could find. I did quite a bit of research on the skid plates before I chose this one. The aluminum ones will protect you better, I'll say, because it is stronger overall. It will weigh more than the plastic ones. The plastic ones will slide over stuff more, so if you're doing logs, going over logs, it will slide over logs a little bit easier than the aluminum ones. The aluminum ones are also may vibrate a little bit, and if rocks hit it, it may ding a little bit more, so they have the ability or potential to be louder and increase the vibrations a little bit because of the loudness. Not so much the vibration in the bike, but this, the skid plate itself. So you'll have to, a lot of times, the good quality ones I found actually give you rubber pads to put on, so it won't vibrate. But that's something that the plastic one won't do. The plastic, like I think I said, the plastic will run you a little bit more, probably between 50 to 20 bucks more, depending on brand. The aluminum ones, there are many manufacturers that make aluminum ones, and they're, from what I could see, they're roughly between 130-ish to 200. This was 200. There was another plastic one that was around 80 or so, but it was just, again, the middle, kind of like the factory one, so it didn't really produce much more protection. The other reasons I quoted, the sound and the area that I ride in, I want a little bit of protection, but I don't want to go overkill. So that was the reasons why I went with the plastic ones. So I think we're going to start. Should be very simple. I'll just remove the old one, and then we'll put this one on really quick. Okay, so to take off the old skid plate, which is this piece of plastic here, we have to remove these 2 bolts, and they are a 10 millimeter. So you'll need a 10 millimeter socket to remove the old one. quite long. So with the two of them out, you just pull it ahead a little bit, and then at the back here, you'll push it and it will slide forward. Let all the rocks and dirt get out of the way. There. And that's the factory one. Like I said, I haven't really had any real dings on it yet, so I think a plastic one will be fine for my type of riding. With the factory skid plate now removed, before I put on the new one, I just took a rag and cleaned off the underneath, and there was a little bit of dirt in the little clips, so I made sure I cleaned those out. So the new one will go on. So now, just to install the new one, basically there's a little T in the back, and then that will catch on two little plate hooks here in the back. So you'll just slide those, slide the new one in between, and you just wiggle it back and forth, and it will slide on. And then you'll line up your two front holes with the bolts applied with the collar washer on. You'll need a 4mm Allen wrench to tighten these up. And this is a little bit difficult to see, so hopefully I can manage. So basically, you just have to line up these two bolts. That wasn't easy. It took me quite a while to get these lined up in order to get them in without cross-threading them or anything like that. So I took my time just to make sure that they went in correctly, and then you just use your 4mm to tighten everything up, and you're done. Like I said, the hardest part was trying to get these two bolts in. It took a while, I'll say that. But it's on, and you can see it does come up nice and high, and gives it a little bit more protection, which is nice. So here you can see how it looks on the bike once it's all installed. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and click the bell button to be notified of the next video upload.